Dave, Mosca Dave, Packaging Plus Dave. This is the latest Mosca that I finished. It's a Mosca TRC-3. This one is, I forgot to look at the year. Most of the ones that I got were 99 and year 2000. This is a 2000 model. It's been completely refurbished. What I was doing here was the test that I like to do to get at least 300 in a row pedal to the metal. I had to stop it at 300 because the strap builds up here and starts to jam the track. So I can usually do about 300, which is where I'm at here. If it'll do 300 fast, then I know that it's going to work really well at a plant, in line, doing one, and then waiting a minute, doing another one as the boxes come down. This machine has had a complete refurbishment. Let's start from the top. It's got, I went through and ground off with a wire wheel 4-inch grinder all of the rust, the surface rust. All the scratches have been sanded out. Then I epoxy primed it, and then I used a hardened urethane enamel. And matching colors, I have it matched at the paint store. I've had a machine where I sent it out, and shortly after the customer got it, the heater took a dump, and I had the next day air on my heater. It was very embarrassing, very stressful. So I just got in the habit of putting nice rebuilt heaters in all my machines. This one has a rebuilt heater. If you look on the eBay listing, you'll see the video that you're seeing now is connected to the eBay, and I'm also going to put the eBay listing in YouTube so that they can, if you see one in one place, you can find it in the other. So it has a brand new heater. Now, if you know anything about Moscas, the heater's worth about $700, and the original was in really nice shape. I cleaned it, bagged it, put it in the electrical box that's there for future use, which is nice because it could last forever. It could last for a year. You never know. Also, I completely rebuilt the conveyor system. That involves taking the whole thing apart. All the little white drive rollers underneath these rollers are all removed. New coil bearings. I like to use coil when I can get them because they're made in Japan. They're less expensive than the German ones. The ones from Mosca for these rollers, which are used in this and that drive system, they're like $18, $25. Who knows what they are. So it's got all new bearings all the way through, a new belt, and the belt that was on it was brand new, and it's in the box. So that's another $200 or $300 savings or bonus. These two rollers here are brand new. This is the hardest one to change. It's one that everybody neglects to change. Then the bearings lock up and ruin the shaft. This is the shaft that the handle is on. So both this one and this one are brand new with the German bearings, then coils and all the rest. I didn't go new rollers here because they run about $300 now, $250 or something. I can't even keep up on the price. I used to be able to say what the price was off the top of my head, and not anymore. Got new LED bulbs that used to come with incandescents and they would burn out. New air nozzle. The rubber discs, Mosca stopped giving you the cardboard discs with the strapping, and now they gave us rubber discs to put on, so this has the rubber discs installed. New seal and the pneumatic cylinder. I had the pneumatic cylinder propped up because normally when I'm doing a demonstration video, the compressor starts up, so I'm going to not have the compressor going. I think I'm going to pause it, hook up the compressor, and then show you how nice it works, but I'm not doing it now. It drives me crazy. It's got the deluxe flippable legs. They've all been removed, cleaned, down to the bare metal, painted. Nice big casters. These flippable legs are in the shortest position because I'm figuring I'm going to have to ship this. So right now we're at 30 inches. That's about the minimum to allow the brake to swing past the frame. You can go a maximum of about 53 inches. So you can get a lot of height out of these. Anybody that needs anything taller than that usually builds a base for it. You can build out of wood. I've seen guys build them out of metal, all kinds of stuff. The bearings in the strap head, that includes the pressure roller on the feed wheel, the pressure roller on the brake roller, the pressure roller on the accumulator fill roller, And then also, deep inside the drive shaft, there's a bearing. And if that goes, it'll put wear on the motor and kill the motor. And those motors are like $2,000 now. So I always go in real deep, take it all apart, replace that bearing, and I always use a coil or I'll use one of the European brands if I can. Because that one's so deep and so hard to get to that I don't want to skimp on it. Got that. Got a new CPU battery. That's very important. If you have one of these, never unplug the CPU battery unless the machine is on. You will kill your program, and it's get to the point where Mosca doesn't reprogram them anymore. So if you lose your program, you're in trouble. I also have extra CPUs for these machines. So if you ever bought one from me, you could make a deal with me that I get about half price of new, which is about $1,750 or $2,000 for the CPU. Because a new one is $4,000. So, and the ones that I've got are plug and play. 3 plugs, 2 power lines, and away you go. And it's got the program for this size TRC-3. The compression feet, I rebuilt them, put new neoprene foam. I use goop on those to make sure that the foam stays. There's a little bumper on the lock so that you can lock it lower so that it doesn't go all the way up each time. If you're just doing a small bundle, you can put the lock on there and keep the compression foot down lower so it cycles faster. And that's got the new bumper, which is nice on that. The brushes are unbroken. I didn't replace I replaced one of them, and the other one wasn't broken, but it's not new. I put new stuff on only if it's a wear item or if it's broken. On this machine, normally the width of the track is 36 inches. I left this cover off of here to show that I cut out the, and you'll see that in the eBay pictures. I cut this out, it's now 39.5. That extra 3.5 inches can, give you extra things that you can use this bundler for. I also include the foot pedal, which means that it can be used for hand operation, or might as well go ahead and show the, you can tell by the sound of it that it's been rebuilt. Usually when the bearings start to go, it starts going, it sounds like stuck pigs. So nice new bearings, new roller, and luckily or unluckily, I've done enough of these, probably rebuilt about 40 or 50 of them, that they work when I don't have to play with them too much. When I first started, oh my gosh, these were so hard to adjust to get the belt so it doesn't walk. Now I know right where to put the little white rollers so it doesn't do that. So we've got the corners cut. Oh, and the nicest thing about this machine, it only has 121,000 cycles. I was talking to a tech at Mosca, and I said, yeah, I'm working on TRC-3. It had like 30 or 40,000 cycles. He goes, no, that's the counter's broken. Something's wrong. I said, no, that's how many cycles it's got. He goes, no, he's not there anymore. He was kind of not easy to get along with. But anyways, what I did was I bought 130 of these from the Gap. All the same machine. And what the Gap did is they would have 40 per warehouse. And when they had a machine that had a problem they couldn't figure out, they pushed it into the maintenance department or pushed it in the back. So when I bought them, I got these machines that didn't work, and it was always like a fun detective story for me to try and figure out what it was that they couldn't figure out. And sometimes it'll be like two or three things, which just drives people crazy. So they had so many machines. I had a company here in Michigan called Nagel Paper that bought 18 machines, and I think the first 12 of them were under 10,000 cycles. And nobody could believe that I had 20-year-old machines with 10,000 cycles, but I did. And changed my life selling all those. So this machine new is going to run you probably with the compression bar in line about maybe 35,000. I can't keep up on that either. If you want a machine for spot work, this is great because you can I got a board up in the compression bar to keep it up, and I got the pressure switch bypassed. You can use this for partitions. These all came to me in 9mm, so I have these in 9. I still have about 25 or 30 of them left, and I can do one for anybody a la carte, whether you want the compression bar or not. 9mm, 5mm, I can do 12. Westrock uses all 12mm, so I'm very pretty much make them custom to order. The only problem is when you order it, it's 4 to 6 weeks for me to get them done, because I do these around all the other work that I do, fixing Moscas and selling straps and such. So yeah, these are great old machines. We call these the tank. They're the heaviest Moscas they made. They still sell all the parts. You can still get heaters, tracks, everything. The only thing that's hard to get is the CPU, and for this size, I got CPUs. If you got a 1650 and you need a CPU, I can't help you, because the only part of the program that's different is size of the arch pullback. It's timed, and you have to be able to get in there and change the timing. Go from 400 thousandths of a second to maybe 600 thousandths of a second. So I've got everything but the CPU. I do have CPUs for this size machine, and shoot, this machine with the CPU, you can probably keep it going for 20 years from today. So thank you for viewing. I'm just going to pause this, and then I'm going to run the compression bar.